Travel risks, travel alerts, travel warnings, travel advisory. What does that all mean to you as the traveler? When you hear about all this on the news, what are you supposed to do? Should you or shouldn't you travel? Coming up. Hello and welcome back to Your Travel with Olivia. I am Olivia and this is your channel that is bringing you news and advice on traveling smart, safe, and also with confidence. Now lately we have been hearing a lot of travel advisories that are put out there for the various countries. There's a warning against China right now because they detained a Canadian gentleman back in 2016 for drug smuggling and they sentenced him to 15 years of prison. And then all of a sudden they changed his sentence to a death penalty just recently. And for what reason and under what mandate? And because of their arbitrary laws, there is a travel warning right now telling travelers to exercise a high degree of caution when traveling to China. There's also travel advisories against Jamaica.
I can't see what is happening here daily and not warn you that every minute we hear another returning resident is missing and then found dead. No, it's not worth it.
There's travel advisories against Cancun.
Right by the sunbeds outside a luxury hotel, in what's supposed to be one of the safest places in Mexico, a man has been gunned down in the sand.
And then there's the recent news of the Nova Scotian gentleman who was working over there in Burkina Faso and was kidnapped and then later found dead. So Burkina Faso has become one of those countries that they have put an advisory out and stated that for non-essential travel, it is probably not a good idea to visit this country at this time. Now, with all of this advisory language out there, what exactly are they trying to tell us? Are they trying to tell us we should or shouldn't go? I find it's like the yin and the yang of travel. You'll hear of a country, example, Cancun, especially at this time of year. They've got the sun, the sand, and the warmth, and that's something that we are looking for. And yet still, we have to wonder, should we or shouldn't we go? It's a matter of safety and security now. Let's take a look at the language they are using for that particular place. Exercise normal security precautions. This is just telling you that exactly what you would do at home in terms of your own safety and security is exactly what you would do on vacation. When there's an alert that's put out that says to exercise a high degree of caution, this just means that you need to pay attention to the media. What's the news and how is it being reported? Are they telling you that it is not a safe place for you to travel at this time? It's usually of a short-term nature when they put out this kind of alert for you. There's also an alert out there that says to avoid all non-essential travel. What does that term non-essential mean? Well, it's a very subjective terminology, something that can't be really monitored. So again, you as the traveler have to determine whether it is really important that you go there. And then there is the final alert of not to travel at all to this particular country. And that is for your own safety and security. So if you have plans to travel there, you should not be going under any circumstances whatsoever. And if you happen to be in that country at that particular time when the alert is put out, you should look for a way to get out of the country as safely and as quickly as possible. Another thing to keep in mind is if you've already booked your trip and there is a travel alert that is put out, do you have trip cancellation? It's just one of those things that I talk to all of my clients about, the importance of having that trip cancellation because of events that can occur anytime, anywhere, with anyone. This is why it is so important that you have that. There are things that are beyond your control for pennies, basically, to have that trip cancellation and have that peace of mind that you know that if anything should happen, that you will be covered because you've got your policy in hand. I can't express that enough. I hope that what I've talked to you here about today has definitely enlightened you in regards to the travel advisories that are put out there and all of the different language. Not to get too overwhelmed with it, not to have to memorize any of this, but just to know exactly where you can go for that information. If you found value in what you heard here today, that is great. That is exactly what I'm here for, is to help you make decisions in your travel plans as you go forward. If this is your first time visiting this channel, Please consider subscribing by hitting that red subscribe button down below, as well as the bell, which will notify you that I've just uploaded a new video. And I am here every single week bringing you different information on travel. Look forward to seeing you again next week. Always a pleasure being here with you. And if you are traveling to some of the safer destinations, I want to wish you a safe travel and a safe return home. Bye for now. Adios.